Hey, what's going on, ladies and gents? How are you doing? Back again with another Call of Duty Modern Warfare. How useful is this weapon series? Today we're going to be talking about the P90. Now, the thing about the P90 is that it's a Belgian-made submachine gun, meaning that it was made in Belgium in 1991. And historically, in the past Call of Duties, the weapon has always been one of my favorite SMGs to use because the P90 is just those type of weapons that it's not the most powerful SMG in the game, so it does have some drawbacks, but at the end of the day, it's very fun to use this weapon, and you can spray down multiple rushing enemies with it as long as you're precise with your aim. The P90 in Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a very, very fun rushing weapon to use, so practically if you're rushing and pushing the enemy, I highly recommend using this gun if you want to get some extra enemies with it and not have to reload so often, because the thing about this gun is that it can hold 50 rounds, so meaning that with those 50 rounds you can kill 3 to 4 enemies at once. Now, the thing about the P90 is that it doesn't do 50 or more damage. It mostly does between 25 and 40 damage to the head and torso. So practically, if you want to take out multiple rushing enemies very quickly, your best bet would be to try and aim at the enemy's torso or head. Not only do I think the P90 is good for rushing the enemy, but I also think it's good for playing defense and defending the objective as well. Now, with the P90 this game here, I'll admit it, I am guilty of it, but I did camp quite a bit in this game because I managed to get a chopper gunner, and nothing feels better than getting a chopper gunner in Call of Duty. However, on the map Shipment, you know, the spawns are just absolutely unpredictable, and the best way, in my opinion, the only way how you can survive in this map is simply just camping out a spot and then waiting for the enemy to come to you. But the thing about the P90 is that it's pretty easy to control the bullet spray with it, just because in terms of using optics, I did not use any optics with this. I just used the standard iron sights because I actually really like it. I'm not really a big fan of using any sorts of optics with the P90, just like with the AK-47, because I feel like that with the P90 you can just use the standard iron sights just fine and be able to dominate with it. And one other positive aspect of using the P90 is that you can very easily hip fire the enemy with it, and strafing with this gun is also another positive of using it. Now, the only downsides of using the P90 is that you can't use any extended magazines for it because it holds the standard 50 round bullets, and for most of the time I find myself reloading with the weapon a lot. Because with this weapon, you have to conserve a lot of ammo, meaning that you're going to have to find ways to get new ammo, so which is why I use the ammo box with it and the scavenger perk attachment. Now, despite the weapon not having the highest damage in this game, it's still very fun to use for drop shotting the enemy and being able to move very, very fast with it in order to escape gunshots, for example. So now for attachments, the first attachment that I used is the muzzle lightweight suppressor because it increases your sound suppression, however it decreases your range, but since this is a very small map, I just decided to slap it on, and if you're playing on small maps, that's when it's best to use the muzzle lightweight suppressor if you don't want to have that flash on your screen whenever you fire at an enemy, so that you can easily track down the enemy more and know where the bullets are headed towards the enemy. Now, for my barrel attachment, I use the foregrip tack retribution, and the reason why is because it increases your damage range, it increases your bullet velocity, and it increases your recoil control, meaning that you can have a much easier time of controlling the bullet spray with the P90 when you're firing at an enemy from the sights. And for the next attachment that I used is the Stock Forge Tac CQB combination, and the reason why I use that is because it increases your ability to aim down the sights much faster, meaning that, see that an enemy is coming at you, you can quickly take them out with the P90 while aiming down the sight, and you can have a quicker reaction time. Now, in terms of underbarrel attachments, I use the underbarrel granulated grip tape. The reason why I use this is because it increases your aiming stability so that you can be more precise when aiming down a sight whenever you're firing at an enemy. And last but not least, I chose to use the FMJ perk for this weapon simply because it allows you to destroy the enemy claymores, bouncing betties, and sentry guns much, much quicker. So for my overall conclusion, don't expect to do a lot of damage with the P90 to an enemy. However, if you want to learn how to hip fire the enemy much faster, and if you want to learn how to control the recoil of a weapon, the P90 is your best bet to use if you want to be able to improve your aim. And one other benefit of using the P90 is that you can improve your reaction time to it by a lot if you're trying to check corners, for example, if you're playing Search and Destroy, or if you're simply playing Warzone. Well, ladies and gents, that's going to be it here with the video. Those were all the attachments that I used, and please use them and let me know in the comment section below if these tips and these attachment tips worked out for you, because I'd love to hear your responses. And if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more Call of Duty videos like this, then simply drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my backup channel, and follow me on my Twitch TV as well, because I stream a lot on there. Anyways, y'all have a good one.